Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 1st to the 8th. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And yeah, we're going to jump right in. Gemini, just a reminder, this is a landmark month that we as a collective have never experienced. And you're about to have some aspects that are going to propel you into your brand new era. But remember, you can't take everything with you, okay? And that includes old structures, old, ways of thinking, old patterns, the kitchen sink, all of that, okay? This is going to be a week that you're going to see a lot of healing. You're going to be doing a lot of healing. There's going to be a lot of change. And yeah, there may be some unpredictable events. But for you, it's a little different. We'll talk about it. But remember, next week, Saturn moves into Aries. So this is a week where you really, really may be thinking about the new year. Okay? That it's got to be just a few weeks from now. And a lot of that is because, remember, you're still riding the wave of that 5-planet conjunction we had in Aquarius this week. I mean, the conjunction's over, but think of them like little seeds that were being planted. But here's the thing. You still have 5 planets in Aquarius. So you still have a stellium in Aquarius. Aquarius rules your 9th house. And the 9th house is higher mind. It's your worldview. It's spirituality. It's you imparting wisdom. It's really, really great. And so you could have some really big spiritual breakthroughs this the spiritual awakenings. Yeah, let's say spiritual awakenings or just awakenings this week. And you can see that a lot of aspects that we did not talk about last week in your monthly forecast, and with some of the aspects that we did, I won't repeat the same things. Now, Sunday, February 1st, yeah, we got that full moon in Leo, 13 degrees. So I want you to think about what happened for you July 25th last year, the corresponding new moon. Think about what happened the 2 weeks after. It's your 3rd house. So there could have been something with communication. Maybe you signed something. Maybe there was an agreement, a verbal agreement. Maybe there was also a business that you launched. It's the 3rd house. There was your curiosity was piqued. There was a lot happening around that time, as well as travel. You could have taken a trip. 3rd house is selling things. It's it's your home. Yeah, you rule the 3rd house. It's Mercury ruled. Mercury, the merchant, mercantile. So there's a lot that could have been possible, but there's still an element of even just learning. I mean, the 3rd house is also the internet. It's online. It's social media. So you could have started a blog. You get where we go with this. All right, but now you're reaching a turning point here, okay? And the full moon's in Leo, fire sign, does really well with you being an air sign. And you're going to feel fired up, okay? You're going to feel that fire in your belly. It's Leo. It's passion, right? But here's the thing. This full moon does not let you hide. It's all about being honest with yourself, with others. Remember, 5 planets in Aquarius. It's all about truth, Pluto and Aquarius. All right. So keep that in mind. It's a full moon too. Full moons illuminate, but you're definitely going to be embracing your individuality. You may feel a little bit of, your rebellious side. You may be, craving freedom and mental stimulation. This is a full moon that allows you to fully express your authentic self. All right. Aquarius is the mind. Leo is the heart. You have this great mind-heart coherence. You're going to receive downloads and signals, your thoughts charged emotionally. Yeah. Your emotions charged thoughtfully. And as we know, full moons are emotional. But again, this is more just passion. I love this full moon. It's not aspecting it's just there. And so I really like it. It's very unapologetic, right? It's like, this is that full moon where you don't care what others think or say. Yeah. When you got 5 planets in Aquarius, you got this a full moon in Leo. This is you doing you. Okay. And you giving yourself permission to be true to you. especially with love and romance and family and creativity and your passions. But again, a lot of emphasis on that third house. Yeah. Communicating, with your partner. There could be some, I don't know, you may be doing some PR or advertising or branding for a creative project. Just think your passions, let it be known. Yeah. That's going to be your mantra today. And it's, Leo, it's all about confidence. You have the stage. Remember, you're not a backup dancer. You're the Cillian Murphy. Try to think of some Geminis here. But it's Leo, right? The lion, the roar. It can be a little dramatic too. And, therein lies the point. This is your world. This is your world. Your world is your stage. Allow yourself to radiate. And just so you know, 2 weeks from now, we will have that new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. And so you're getting a little bit of, it's like you're acclimating to the energies that you're going to start feeling this summer when the North Node moves into Aquarius, South Node moves into Leo. And that's your 3rd and your 9th, okay? So, whoa. A lot of you are going to become teachers. A lot of y'all are going to become content creators. A lot of y'all are going to become, spiritual leaders. There's so much happening here, okay? It's really, really nice. And a lot of you are going to be traveling a lot. Yeah? Anyway, cross watchers, if you watch for your rising or your moon or for your, dentist or your husband, who's the dentist, fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius will feel this full moon the most. Planets 11 to 15 degrees in any of those signs in your natal chart, if you got them, well, those planets will be aspected. You're going to feel it the most. Now, Monday, February 2nd, you got Mercury, your ruler, in Aquarius, sextile Chiron and Aries, 23 degrees. So this is going to be the first of 4 sextiles with Chiron this month, the wounded healer, where you heal deep, old, past wounds, emotional, subconscious, and all in the name of transforming them into wisdom, to help others, all of that. I mean, this is the timing is great under, the portal of that full moon. This is you clearing the decks, especially with, your identity, your, again, confidence and your self-esteem, all of that, all this, energy with Aries, but it's your 11th house. So how you connect with others, there may be something here, okay? The 11th house is also your future hopes and wishes, long-term goals and dreams, your friendships, support systems, organizations you belong to. So it is pretty social for you, and it is Mercury. And Aquarius and Aries are very similar. They are very independent. They love their freedom. They do their own thing. There's this level of self-sufficiency. And so this is a sextile. It's you being proactive. This aspect gives you the opportunity to heal. That can be truly cathartic and profound. You have Mercury, your ruler, in your BFF air sign, Aquarius, which is all about freeing the mind and accepting truths and feeling inspired about your future. And it's very likely you may have, deep conversations. Yeah. Because it's Mercury, right? Communication. This is healing through words. This is raw honesty. This is releasing anything that you're bottling up inside, especially connecting with others. Okay. And yes, it could be social media as well. Your social media, internet, all of that. It's lit, as the kids say, but this does allow you to vibrate at that high frequency to attract what you deserve. This, the higher the frequency, the more that you're going to manifest. This allows you to not only ascend, but to release and to bring relief and support and feel liberated. All right. As long as you put in the effort, air signs, you, Libra, Aquarius, will feel this the most. And I am going to throw in the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and Virgo. And then if you have any planets 21 to 25 degrees in fire or air, You're going to feel it just like with, the next one. But Tuesday, February 3rd, Uranus moves. Yeah. Stationary direct, 27 degrees. We talked about this in your monthly forecast. Just remember, it's the planet of surprises, the unexpected, breakthroughs, innovation, wake-up calls. Yeah. He's woke. He's awake. He's gonna have some aspects like right off the bat. Like doesn't even need coffee. Okay. So here's the thing. Uranus and Taurus, that is your 12th house. So it's a little different for you because the 12th house is so just nebulous. It's, it's a sea of intuition. It's spirituality. It's healing with it. You're going to do a lot of healing because Chiron, remember what I said, even like subconscious, old wounds, past wounds, 12th house is the subconscious. And so if there's anything here, it's you mostly having these spiritual awakenings throughout the week, these epiphanies, these moments of clarity, and even insight. The lower expression of the 12th house would be like, self-sabotage or hidden enemies. So that's another thing where you could discover that there may be some people that you thought were supporting you that aren't. And so there's a lot of things that can come to the surface. Remember, 5 planets in Aquarius. Now, so that really amplifies this. But yeah, it's a very healing week for you. And the other thing, if you felt that things felt, stalled or, you were hitting walls since September, this is great. You're going to love this. All right. And remember, Uranus just wants you to shake things up. But again, for you, a lot of this is going to be on a spiritual level or intuitive level or healing others. Yeah. Healing others. All right. And yes, you may have sudden realizations that the old ways are no longer working. And you're going to shake things up. And you're going to get past that wall of the subconscious where, you store your memories and just unroot them. Yeah. Things that may have been holding you back. All right. And there will be some focus on finances and relationships as well. Now, the other thing is, and remember, Uranus is also chaos and breakdowns and upheaval. Just let you know. Now, the other thing is that, but again, you're in a whole other, just remember, Uranus is moving back into your sign in April. You're going to have bigger changes. Now, where are we? Wednesday, February 4th. Yeah, you've got Venus in Aquarius, sextile Chiron in Aries. So, same thing as Mercury, sextile Chiron. This is more around relationships. It's Venus and love and money and self-worth and things that you value. The thing here is that this is more like, diplomacy, okay? Repairing trust and redefining relationships, allowing yourself to be vulnerable. This is the sisterhood of the traveling pants. All so empowered at the end of it. And yes, here's the other thing. You're going to feel very sensitive, more sensitive than normal with what's happening this week. I mean, Uranus in your 12th, right? And then you've got all these aspects with Chiron. So that may be something that, again, just working with your vulnerabilities and being able to show them and work with them. But also, remember, Saturn moves into Aries next week, joining Neptune. And that is the spiritual warrior archetype. So this healing that you're doing now is necessary for your journey to become that spiritual warrior. Yeah. And Chiron, sure, he's the, wounded healer, the centaur, all of that. But Chiron shows you your past wounds. Okay. It's up to you to turn them into battle scars. You don't eradicate them, right? You learn how to live with them. That's self-love. That's what empowerment is. So this day and every day, tell yourself you won't let your past wounds define who you are. This is the perfect time. All right? Now, Thursday, February 5th, you got Mercury in Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus. Now, Mercury, your ruler, happens to be the lower octave of Uranus. Okay. And so Mercury is like the iPhone. Uranus would be the cell tower. You're going to have some transmissions this day. All right. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. It's, you got a square with 2 planets and fixed signs. A little bit of wiggle room, but there may be a little bit of jolt. You may feel a little bit restless. But here's the thing. Remember, Aquarius rules your 9th. And Taurus rules your 12th. And so both of those are just very spiritual. It's very transcendent. So you can use this. It's also just genius energy. Yeah. Remember, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. Use this aspect. This is just you thinking outside the box with any circumstances. If everybody at work is, on laptops, use a desktop. Remember, that's genius. But you get what I'm saying. It's just have these, it's Uranus. You want to have these breakthroughs, especially of the mind with Mercury involved here. And Aquarius ruling your 9th house. There's some spiritual breakthroughs, awakenings. There's something here where you may just see some things differently. It's things that you needed to see. This is also you imparting wisdom. This is also, by the way, publishing. You writing a book? This is also broadcasting. What's your podcast? This is the part. This is amazing. Do all the. This is an aspect where you can have like really big radical ideas just come out of nowhere. So have that awareness, be in the moment, all of that. This is, you create your reality. And yes, it is Uranus. The unexpected in a square with Mercury. So sure, please be different, think different, do different, but just be mindful of communication, okay? The things that you say, all right? You don't want to go tell your coworker that you are you're Donald Duck, and you're like serious about it. Anyway, this is a lot of rebellious energy with this one aspect. So that's why I'm just, reminding you, be responsive, not reactive. Remember, reality is created by the mind, and we can change our reality by changing our mind. Thank you, Plato. And it's that simple. It's that simple. Yeah. But I feel like you're going to have a lot of fun too. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this. I think this is actually going to be a really, as you have a lot of these, mini awakenings and then like big awakenings. And I feel like you're going to have, the moon will be in Libra this day, trining Mars in Aquarius. Libra rules your 5th house of joy and pleasure and romance and, soulmate energy, family and children. And you've got a lot of family stuff that's happening too, by the way. So this is really nice. You could be, taking action in some respect, and especially with creative projects too. Now, fixed signs are going to feel this the most. And I am throwing in you and Virgo. And if you have any planets 25 to 29 degrees. All right. Now, Friday, February 6th, Mercury moves into Pisces. It's going to be here all month. Mercury in Pisces is like poetry in motion. It's beautiful. It's when, communication is softer. It's you speaking more emotionally, intuitively, with great imagination. And it's great for artists, by the way, okay? Or even like the healing arts, like meditation, spirituality. It's dreamer energy, but it's dreamer energy. So the fact that Mercury, your ruler, is all about the facts and details and logic, can get a little lost in the sauce. Remember, Mercury is pretty detriment in Pisces, but you can use this. This is great. It's just you communicating and thinking with compassion and, inspiration. Maybe you use a lot more metaphors for the rest of the month. That's the sort of language of this transit. And it is your 10th house. Remember, Pisces rules your 10th. All right. So that's career and, fame. Yeah. The 10th house is very public facing. It's your public image. And that's the thing. If you're not here for a career, it's just wherever you're exerting energy where you want to be known for, what you want to be known for. All right. That's the 10th house. It's also achievements as well. And so, yes, again, artist, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. And if you work in a creative field, you're going to love this. If you work in an office, you're going to like this. Okay. I'm joking. You're going to love this. You're going to love this, but it is more, you do have a lot of spiritual energy. That's happening. Now Saturday. Oh, no. Okay. So here's the thing. Like, we'll talk about this in the second spread where we talk about lunations and asteroids and planetoids, the other half of your forecast. But if you're a subscriber, I will always tell you when the moon is in Scorpio. And the moon's going to be in Scorpio. So there may be some emotional intensity this weekend with the moon in Scorpio. And Scorpio rules your 6th house of, your daily routines and work as well. All right. Colleagues, employees, all of that. The whole shebang. And health matters as well. But there is an element of like relationships this weekend for y'all. The moon, by the way, will square Pluto too. Okay. Scorpio's ruler. Anyway, we'll talk about the second spread. Sunday, February 8th. You've got Venus squaring Uranus. All right. Venus in Aquarius square Uranus in Taurus, 27 degrees. This, we get it twice a year. Yeah. This is the first one this year. You're going to feel this. But again, it's just so unique for you because it's more spiritual. Yeah. It's more, beyond the physical plane. It's your 9th and your 12th. There may be some insights that you have about a breakup or a shakeup or a breakthrough or a wake-up call. There's this sudden need for freedom over comfort, but also when I see what's happening for y'all, this is more, it's almost like you're going to have this calling. Yeah. So keep that in mind. This is definitely going to be there will be some emphasis for sure with, relationships and finances and money and creative projects, the fact that Venus is involved. But this is also very likely you really seeing something in a very different way. And it could be in a current relationship. It could be you in the dating scene. It could be the way that you earn money. It could be, all of the above. But also you being very unpredictable. You being the unexpected. You being, the agent of change. Remember, Uranus is ultimately just change, right? You might quit your job on this spot. You might, decide to fly to, Tahiti for the weekend. If you're your private jet. Yeah. You may buy a private jet. That's what I'm saying. It's like you may do something unpredictable, but a lot of it will have to do with like things that you desire, your passions and, your values, love, money, relationships, but travel for sure. Education for sure. That could be another thing. You could decide to become a teacher. You could decide to take online courses. You could decide to write that book. Yeah. You could decide to, start having lunch every week at Waffle House. Whatever it is, because Taurus does rule food. Yeah. Whatever it is, it's wherever you feel limited. Yep. Remember that rebellious side is kicking in. So I don't mind this aspect. Yeah. I don't mind it. Especially because also it's a little different. We have mutual reception here. Venus is Taurus's ruler. Uranus is Aquarius's ruler. So they're hosting each other, right? The other rulers. And anyway, it just means they're, can be a little bit more compromise and cooperation. Yeah. So even like maybe mutual breakthroughs, like let's do this together. But it might come with a little bit of chaos though. Just expect the unexpected. Gemini, y'all are mutable signs. Y'all are great at adapting and going with the flow and flowing with the go and being the flow that goes. Gemini, that's good. That's good. And it's so relevant to the Six of Wands and the Hierophant. Wow. Well, they're going to go back in. And if they come out, we know it's a sign. Gemini, by the way, that is like, yeah, it's success and victory and leadership and spirituality, all of that. Anyway, the fixed signs are going to feel Venus square Uranus the most. And I am throwing in Libra. And yeah, 25 to 29 degrees in your chart. So let's see what's going on for you, Gemini, for the week of February 1st to the 8th. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. Yep. All right, Gemini. Thank you. Yep. Hey, Gemini, how have y'all been? What are y'all doing? What's going on? You've been so quiet. You won't be come April. Well, actually, no. We had the moon in your sign. No, you had some activity. We had a first quarter moon. Oh yeah. You're good. There's some new things happening. You got some stuff up your sleeve. Yeah. All right. So I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly forecast, weekly reading. If we need to pull clarifiers, yeah, you know that we will. We will. And Gemini, I love y'all. Just wait until spring. That's all I'm saying. Just wait until spring. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, Gemini. Yeah, this is gonna be a week. You are gonna have some. There's some stuff that's ending. All right. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles. All right. And hey, a four is all about order. Think about four legs of a table. Yeah, it's stability, security. It's everything that I said earlier. It's you having that moment of just out with the old. This has got to go. But also building that structure moving forward. Saturn moving into Aries very soon. That's the other thing. You have Saturn at such a critical degree, this week, especially toward the weekend. Saturn being in Pisces, moving into Aries on the 13th. And so there really could be some big changes with work with you, work and career. Again, moon in Scorpio and your 6 as well, right? That's work, but you've got Mercury in Pisces now. You're going to have Venus in Pisces soon. You're going to have the Sun in Pisces soon. You're going to have a new moon in Pisces soon. You're going to have all these North Node conjunctions with Pisces soon. There's going to be some big changes, but very auspicious, okay? So, yeah, it looks like a lot of y'all are putting things in order, especially finances, the foundations of your life, all of that. This is someone who's really just, there may be some, when you've got Uranus waking up in Taurus, which, rules not only money and finances, but also like material possessions. There's a little bit of that. Like there's some things we got to let go. There's some things that just, all right. And it just may be like, yeah, do you need 4 lamps in your, living room. Church bells. It's a sign. I don't even know if you can hear them. I got a new mic, and it's one of those mics that, like, you can't hear anything, I think. Anyway. You have the 10 of Wands. If you are a cross watcher, you will know. There it is. Okay? Though there's always one or two cards that show up in everybody's readings. Or the majority. 10 of Wands, you're pushing too much. You're taking on too much. I want you to not. Okay? This is all about your not only like your physical health, but it's just like, it's burnout energy. It's taking on too many responsibilities. And there may be, well, even with Chiron, like, yeah, you have to work with Chiron. You have to, heal those wounds and not ignore them. There's also something here. There may be something with relationships too. I mean, do you feel like there's something weighing you down, right? Do you feel like that maybe there's a situation that you're in, maybe even a relationship that you're in, that it's like you're doing all the work. You're doing all the work. Just keep that in mind. Wands, heavily associated with work and career as well. Enterprise, but it's ultimately your passions, a lot of creative energy here. It's like that life force energy. Wands have the spirit of fire. And the good news is it is the 10 is the end, but in order to see which way you're going, right, for your new you have to figure this out. Okay? He literally cannot see where he's going because he's carrying too many wands. So it can be a little bit of burden. It can be, again, like I said, burnout energy, but just be sure to unload, because it feels like there's something to prove here. And again, it may be in a relationship. When I say that, it can be love or career or even a personal relationship. But you do have a lot of work energy. You have that Page of Cups in your challenge area. So the Page of Cups is dreamer energy. He is a big dreamer. He likes to dream. He wears his heart on his sleeve too. He's great. He got this great imagination, and all he does, he just wants to follow his bliss. Yeah. And so he's in your challenge area. So this feels like, well, it just feels like this week, if you feel a little bit low on inspiration, then turn on Rod Stewart. Yeah. 4 non-blondes, whatever, you do you, right? You do you. But there may be a little bit of that, and you want to increase it, okay? The other thing is that there may be something that it's almost like you really want to go for something that where you are following your bliss, and you know it, and you're like, this is what I want. But that's got to end. Yeah. Don't be afraid to take risks, and don't be afraid to heal this week. And it is an interesting week. Yeah. It's like Chiron, Uranus. It's like stop, go. So again, you're mutable. And that's why even Mercury in Pisces, maybe, to your advantage, Pisces being your fellow mutable. Anyway, you do have that. There may be a breakup too. The 10 of Pentacles in your crown. The 10 of Pentacles is your legacy. It's success, and it's prosperity. It's your kingdom come. It's the you made it card, and a lot of energy here with home and family. And like I said, you have a lot of energy around that this week. There may be something ending there too. Yeah, there may be some adjustments and changes in that area of your life. We will have the moon in Virgo more mutable energy, right? And the moon will conjunct the south node, okay? And so there may be some, and that rules your fourth house. So there may be some, changes or adjustments, or, maybe even you just saying, this is, in a good spot, and I'm just moving into, I'm turning a new page, new leaf, starting a new chapter. But either way, I feel like you have this idea of what your goals are again, and there's that has to, you even see the pentacles just raining from the heavens here in the form of the tree of life. And again, this is such a spiritual week for you. So, and that's what's interesting is, it's pentacles. Pentacles are, earthbound. And this is more, material world and your physical world. But it is a sense of, even this, there is this appreciation of what you do have in your, like family, and you see the harvest at so like huge castle. But there is, well, let me just see something for you. Yeah. Okay. There still may be something that has, this card is highly associated with like inheritance. So again, that's, you went through a lot of that energy. You had those Kazimis in Capricorn that rules your eighth. Okay. And so there may be something there on your mind. Okay. You may be inheriting a house or, yeah. Anyway, Five of Swords and the Ritter spread. So you're going to have to let some things go. And you're going to have to open up. And you're going to have to be vulnerable. Okay? This week. So, just letting you know, you got the Five of Swords. And there is, he doesn't have a lot of friends. Okay? Because you see the people walking away from him. And here's the situation is, you have 5 planets in Aquarius. This is an Aquarius card. There is this, it's almost like battle of egos as well. Like, I'm more clever than you, but you see clearly he's got more swords too. But either way, it's just not seeing eye to eye with others. But it does feel pretty focused. There may be something here where you're distracting yourself from some things that have to be resolved. Okay? This week. Yeah? Remember, you want to clear that energy. It's a very spiritual week for you. And the Five of Swords really is all about, self-respect and self-dignity, and can you drop the swords, like that kind of energy. And Gemini, you know that you're more clever than, so I'm joking, but you're really, there's a lot happening here. You have the Five of Pentacles in your future. And so it does look like there may be something ending. All right. And if you're not paying attention, it could just, again, with Uranus being so active, just in general, this week, Uranus going direct, it could catch you off guard. It could be something that you didn't see coming. But also, remember, it could even be, remember, this is burnout energy. It's like all eggs in one basket on overdrive. And it could be something that, leads to something ending. That could be money related. It could be with finances. It could be with work or career. And it could be even like relationships. Remember, Pentacles, your physical world. There could be something here that, you may even feel that. Here's the thing. Uranus and Taurus, the lower that's your 12th, right? So the lower expression of the 12th house, it is isolation. It is withdrawal. It's, not facing your fears. It's self-sabotage. It's, all of that. Like I said, hidden enemies, all of that. So, okay. Just keep that in mind. This is a Taurus card. And so, even if it wasn't, it's still your 12th, where they are focusing on their plight, and they're not reaching out. They're literally outside of church, where there's all this support. I mean, that's where the party's at. You're the networker. You're the social butterfly, right? So that's where you make things happen. You open doors, right? So they're not going in. So reach out for, network, be social, be with your friends. And I think that especially when Mercury sextiles Chiron, that's a great opportunity. Even Venus sextile Chiron, those are really great. Okay, so don't be afraid to work with that. I'll even clarify. Let me see here. You honestly, there is something ending. Yeah. And it may be, I mean, you have these 2 10s with the page, and then you have these 2 5s with the, and they're, the challenge cards. Let me see. I want to see that 10 of Wands. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. The Knight of Cups. Who is the knight in shining armor? There is relationship stuff. Again, it can be career, it can be business, it can be like, remember all this creative energy that, there you go, right? With Mercury in Pisces, and, again, you will have the moon in Libra in your 5th, which is creative. You have the full moon in Leo, very creative energy, like all of that, right? This is great. You see the wings of imagination on his helmet and his shoes. He's a creative person. He's a romantic person. And this is you doing what you wanted, right? You have the Page of Cups in your tones, the Knight of Cups. He's just going out. He's passionate. He's going after his dreams, what he wants. And to feel emotionally fulfilled. So, again, you got to drop some of those ones. He wants to share this journey with someone else too. So there may be something here with, again, business partner, new company, but love and relationships. And even if you're not here for any of that, it's just you, like, which direction you want to go in terms of, what is going to bring you that emotional fulfillment. Yeah, I want to see the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, 7 of Wands. So, 7 of Wands is great. It's all about valor. Yeah. It's all about, drawing a line in the sand. There's your empowerment. It feels really good. But there's still a little bit of, spirited activity. All right. And so you can see him. He's the victor. He's the one on top of the hill. All the other ones coming after him. Yeah. But even still, there is this point of exhaustion. Like, when will that stop, right? And so it's just, again, just being present and aware, trusting your intuition. Knight of Cups is very intuitive, and going after your dreams and not being afraid to, not distracting yourself, getting along with others. And again, something may, and around this time, in fact, the 7 of Wands is, Leo. And so, again, that is your 3rd house, but we do have that full moon in Leo. There may be something here that's just illuminated as well for you, but I think that there's something that you want, and it's very possible if you do seek out others, if you, start, and you be the one that makes the change. Yeah. You could be in a position where you got what you want, and then now some people want what you have. That's how great the thing that you want, that you now have, is great. Let's get to your stuff. Gemini, what a week. Yeah, the big week of surprises, but again, a lot of subconscious energy, and I know it's not always easy, yeah, to do these healing the wounds, like with Chiron, because it will, things will come up, but when you've got Uranus and Taurus in your 12th, it's every day for you this week. There's a little bit of like confronting, some, things that like past wounds. Okay. It would be like an everyday thing, but it's just going to make you stronger. Anyway, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me, please, what's going on. Tell me what's happening. Tell me what's happening. All right, let's see. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Sure. Yeah. You got the devil. I mean, there's your affirmation. We've got to let some things go. All right. You see the two people from the Lover's card, your card, right? Devil's 15, 1 + 5 = 6. The Lover's card. They're chained to the devil. Remember, this is a week of breakthroughs. You having your breakthroughs. And a lot of that, again, requires you acknowledging what those wounds are, what has to change. This is, honestly, he's like an energy vampire. So maybe that energy is being placed somewhere where it shouldn't. And this would be the week that you really would have those insights with your 12th and 9th so activated. So recognize what it is that has to go. This is, pessimistic thinking. Yeah. This would be, codependency in a relationship. This would be, bad behaviors and addictions and vices. So it really is, like I said, being true to you. Like, okay? 3 of Wands. That's great. Someone's waiting for you. Someone's waiting for you to, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Brand new journey awaits. And so I really love that. 3 of Wands, he's ready. He's ready to go explore. He's ready to go meet people. I call it the green light card. You see, it's all sky here. They say the sky's the limit. You got 5 planets in your 9th house, which is broadening your horizons. And so I really love that. You can see he's like standing at the edge of his village. Like, again, there's this leaving your comfort zone. Okay. 3 of Swords. We're going to have to heal. Okay. This week, we're going to have to heal. And the thing is, it does look like some of what's happening here is because of that 3 of Swords. It's almost like and that would be like past wounds. That would be like subconscious, like, but it's almost like there's this hesitation to do something, to go after something, because you feel that you're going to be heartbroken or you're going to be rejected or it's not going to happen. But that's not how you live life, right? Everything that I said earlier. And then Queen of Swords. And your final outcome, which is great. There's your power. You got your power back. That's amazing. And the Queen of Swords actually has a really strong backstory. I won't go through it right now, but she's gone through a lot. There's a reason why she's sitting in that throne. And so this is, it kind of very poetic, because it does seem like there's a lot happening here where you might have some experiences that you're going to have to overcome, right? But at the same time, what did I say with Uranus and Taurus in your 12th? That would be like self-sabotage would be the lower expression. And it also feels like you could possibly get in your own way from everything that you deserve. But then there you go. Through those experiences, you become empowered and you help others and you heal others. You don't want anyone to go through what you went through. You have that experience. And look at the sword pointed straight to the sky, to the divine, to the cosmos. This is truth. All right. This is true perception. This is, making executive decisions. This is power. This even mediator energy, right? But she leads with her head. All right? She leaves her emotions at the door because she doesn't want her emotions to cloud her judgment. And so there is going to be, it does feel like there may be, some emotional, it is an emotional week. But in the end, like, you have these experiences and it empowered you and you're an authority. And she doesn't mess around, that Queen of Swords. She's very intellectual. She is the decision maker. She does, she makes the rules, and she's brilliant. But most of all, she's fair, okay? Not only to others, but herself, okay? So, Gemini, you've got a spread, but it does look like there are some things that will be ending, but a lot of it will be up to you, right? You can have that power. I'm gonna just see one more thing. I want to see this 5. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that 4 of Wands. So again, look at what's on the other side of this. It does. I mean, the 4 of Wands is, the biggest thing is like just feeling free. Feeling free. There's milestones here. There's celebration here. There's joy. And the 4 of Wands, it's you getting, your dream job, starting, your own thing, getting married. Yeah. So there is someone waiting for you to have, 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands. There's like, let's do it. Let's go. Let's explore this we're moving into our brand new era, but you can't bring everything. Okay. So Gemini, thanks so much. Next week, we will get deeper and, we've got a lot happening. All right. Saturn moving into Aries. And that's the other thing. That's amazing. Look forward to that. It feels like there's a lot of relationship stuff and home and family stuff this week too. Now, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you'd like, subscribe, the hype, all that. Tell me what's going on. And yeah, second spread, bonus spread. We will go through the lunations. The lunations this week really bring a lot of attention to home, family, and relationships, even work. But anyway, tier 3 members, really good, legendary members. You know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. And by the way, the day this video comes out, it will be my birthday. Yep. Thank you. Now, to celebrate, I am gonna give a free access to greatawakener.com to some videos, to some prediction videos, some of the channeling, remote viewing, if you're into that. But it's also, remember, we do have like astrology courses, or we have a hypnotherapist doing hypnotherapy, teaching hypnotherapy, and doing live streams and offering it. There's a lot there. We have someone doing breath work, a lot of fun stuff. And I was going to also say the last thing is that I'm about 80% out of that vortex of aspects that I've been going through for about 6 months. So I do want to thank you again, because I continue to receive your comments and your messages, and it really is just very meaningful to me. So I really do appreciate it. I have so much gratitude. Thank you so much for all your kindness and all your kind words and your patience and support and all of that. So Gemini, thanks so much. I will see you next week. All right, bye